pace of change is something which obviously we have not seen. We all know about the trillions of dollars being spent and all that. But even the technological change, I mean, 2023 Foundation Frontier model had 100 billion parameters. Today it has 1 trillion parameters. There are only 10 to 12 agent networks. There are 60 agent networks. So this is only going to go up. In the US alone, there are at least 5 frontier models. In China, there are big 4 or big 5. So this is only going to go up. In India, we have seen so much action, and you'll see some big announcements this week on Indian-based sovereign models. So I think this is something. Now, there are certain implications of this, because if I'm a businessman and I have to choose my technology, how do I make sure I don't make the wrong choice? Because something which I invest in today may have fallen behind tomorrow. Already people are facing this reality. And therefore, how do you architect your technology so that you can deal with this rapid change is a very fundamental and structural need for enterprises. And again, they need help on that from somebody who has done this in 2,000 locations and understands the pros and cons of every approach. But the main thing is that the technology is far ahead of its deployment. Because of this race and spending billions and some AGI and all that, the technology is moving faster than the ability of enterprises to deploy it. If you look at this chart, you can see that the model performance is going up, but the progress in implementing is not really. Because implementing this is hard stuff. Fundamentally, it's about organizational change, business change, retraining your people, thinking about non-deterministic approaches, changing your data so it's no longer in silos. So fundamentally, we have a situation where there's a deployment gap between the power of the technology and the capacity of businesses to use this. So if you guys think that some better product has come, nothing's going to happen, because the problem is here, not there. You get it? It's about how fast companies can implement, so you have to look at that. And this is, we call this the deployment gap, but this is actually a concept by Professor Clayton Christensen at Harvard 25 years back. He called it technology overshoot, where technology gets ahead of the need. And in fact, he argues that that's how newcomers come, because newcomers can then launch new products that are not as sophisticated, but good enough for customers. And Satya, in his recent blog, talked about model overhang. It's the same idea. Fundamentally, the tech will keep getting better and better because billions are going to be poured into it. There's massive competition, but enterprise deployment is not going to go up. And this deployment gap is what we can help to address. So again, it's a very important point. Now, I think talent transformation is huge. It's not that you will need talent, but it'll go from QA testing or development. We have all kinds of new roles: AI engineers, forward deployment engineers, AI leads, forensic analysts, data analysts. So fundamentally, the challenge will be, how do you take your workforce and make sure that they are reskilled and ready for the new business? And that's really the challenge that all the firms will face. And this is something, so there will be roles. Now, the way you hire will change, the way you train will change, the way you deploy will change. All that is going to happen. And I think we'll have sessions on that. But fundamentally, there will be a need for people, but they'll be doing different things.
All right, so Infosys at India AI Summit, and definitely it's a place where global pioneers convene to discuss AI's transformative impact. But then moving on.